Can we all see this? So based on our plan, if you check what we created the other time, how many columns do we say we need? 4. We need 4. The first column is what? 8. Second column is what? Country. Yeah. Okay. The third column is what? Indicator what? Indicator ID. Okay. And the fourth column is what? Value. So we're looking at this data now. How do we that we look exactly like our plan? That means we need to clean this data a little bit. This data is dirty somehow. Remember when they said something about 7 good rules of data? If you look at this data very well now, it's breaking some rules. Yes or no? Which rule is that?
All the dates
So according to the rule, all dates must be in what? In a single column. But if you look at this data very well, you can see that all dates, they are across the rows. Can you see them? These are dates. These are dates. 1800, 1801, 1803. So we need to look for a way to bring this date inside one column. Then all these values inside one column. That means we have to achieve how many columns? 3. So we need one more. The last one is what? Indicator, right? So we now need to add another column called what? Indicator. Then we'll fill it with, this is income, right? Yeah. So we'll fill it with income. Okay, so if I open the second data in that exercise, which is life expectancy. So let me open it. Okay. Can you open yours too? And have a look at the data. If you can see the second data, you can see that they are the same structure, right? So we need to clean the income and the life expectancy to make sure we have these 4 columns, right? Okay, so can we go to Power BI now or Excel? So for those that are using Excel, so please close these files first.
Because what you're going to do now is, what tool do we use to get data, please?
Data query.
Anytime you think data, think query. So Power Query is what we're going to use to connect to this and clean it up. So it has to be closed when you're connecting to it. So close those Excel files you just open.
We close everything. For those that are using Excel, can you open a new Excel? And those that are using Power BI, can you open Power BI? Okay, so for me, I'm just going to Excel and Power BI. I'll be able to explain it to you.
Please call Excel guys old school. And then Power BI guys.
Okay, Excel.
Excel is home. This thing is good. Excel is not old school. Excel is thinking. Thinking on his own.
Okay, that's fine. So do we have Excel and Power BI open? Yeah. Everybody? This side? This side? This side? Okay, for those that are using old school, which is Excel, right?
Excel, just Excel.
Okay, Excel.
It's being recorded.
For those that are using Excel, right? Can you go to Data tab? Data tab. Data tab will be beside the Formula tab.
Please, this will work for all the Excel I saw. Some people's Excel will not work, so don't bother.
If the Excel is 2013, no, don't just bother. 2016 upward, you should be able to do this. So we have 2016. Who have 2016? 2016? 2016. Yeah. So for 2016 guys, you see something like new query here. Can you see it? Yeah. 2016. Can you see new query? You see the new query here, right? For 365 upward, can you see this group, get and transform data? Right? Get and transform data. So you click on get data. For 2016, you click on new query. Right? So the file that we are connected to is what? Is CSV, is Excel? One is Excel, one is CSV. Which one are we going to do? They are both CSV. The categories under CSV Excel. That means if we pick CSV, can we pick that data? CSV and then Excel CSV. Right? Well, let's use Excel. Let's see if we can pick it to Excel. So for Excel, guys, go to get data, 2019 or what? 2016, new query. Then do from file and from workbook. For Power BI, in your own tab here, can you see get data?
Get to the home tab. Home tab. Look at the home tab. Get data. Get data. Get data.
Yeah. Can you see the get data? Click the drop down. Can you see various connections that you can connect to? Right? You can connect to Excel, Power BI data set, SQL, analysis, text file, web. Can you click on more? Click on more. For Power BI, click on more. So with this Power Query, you can connect to so many things like David explained. But for now, we are just connected to Excel. Right? So click on Excel. And click Connect. Excel, and click Connect. So now navigate to where you have that file in your system. So for me, I have it on my desktop. Excel people too, navigate to where you have that file on your system. I think I have it on my desktop. Score September, exercise, but I can't see it. I can't see it, right? So that file is not working. It's on Excel. It's CSV. So can we go back? Just close it. Close it, right? Have you closed it? Can we close the folder? Can we close the folder? Let's see CSV now. Have you closed it? Yeah. Okay, so let's do get data again. Get data, Excel, you know how to do that already, right? Then can we see text plus CSV? Text plus CSV. Can we click on that? Text or CSV. Then now navigate to where you have the exercise file. Mine is in desktop, and I can see them now. Can we all see the files? This row, can you see the files? Can you see this file? Yeah. Can you see the file? Yes. Can you see the file? Yeah. So which one are we picking first? Should we pick income or life expectancy first? Income, right? Yep. Okay, so click on income. Then click open. Click open. Can we all see this? Excel and Power BI, both Excel and Power BI. Can we all see this? This row. Can we see this? So now I have three options here. I have load, I have transform data, and I have cancel. Which one are we using?
So please, does everybody have any different styling? Apart from load, transform data, what different thing do you see? Edit, good. So don't be scared. Every time they update, they like changing things, okay? Do you understand? So it's the same. So I know some people have different things.
Yeah, this is edit. Still the same thing as transform data. Right? So we have three options. Because we have load, we have edit or transform data, and we have cancel. Which one are we using? We are transforming or editing, right? Yeah. Because if you click on load, we take the data to Power BI. But we want to transform that data, we need to clean it because data is not clean, right? Yeah. So let's click on edit or transform. Transform here. Click on edit or transform. Click on edit or transform data. Then you can see this interface, this pathway. Can we all see this? Before we continue, I want to be sure we all have this. Do you have that? power query. Okay, so can we see this interface now?
Yes.
Okay, so if you look at this data very well, right? We want to achieve this 4 columns, right? And the first thing for us to do, the first column here, we already have country here, but we have years here. I need to look for a way to move this first row up, right? Because presently now my header is showing column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, right? And there's headers in my report. How can I move this header up? How can we do that? Actually, pack query is very, very easy. It's just for you to know what you do, what you want to do, right? If I go to transform tab, these two tabs are very, very important in pack query. Transform and add column. Transform and add column. This transform tab, majority of the cleaning that you'll be doing in pack query to be based on this transform tab and add column. So for now, we want to shift the header up, right? Can you look for a command that we can use to use this first row as header? Is there any command here? Can you see that? Can we still use first row as headers? Here, up here. Look at it up here. Use first row as headers. Can we click on it? Can we click on it? We can use first row as headers. Are we there? Before we move on. Are we there? Yes. Okay, so now we have our first row as header. The next thing we want to do now is to bring all these gears into where? One single column. Then all the values into one single column. So how do you think we can achieve that? Let me explain copy and paste first. Copy and paste. If you look at this thing very well, this is just your data preview. You can't edit here. If I click on this place, I can't type anything. Pack query will just give you your data preview. So you'll be able to see how your data is going to look like. So I can't edit, right? And you said transpose, right? You don't actually want to transpose everything because the country is fine and transpose work with table, right? So if you transpose everything, just tell the table like this. So we want to do something like a transpose, but the transpose will start from 1800 upward. So what do you think we should do?
Select
affected columns. I should select all the affected column and do what? On pivot. What's on pivot? Okay, so I don't understand. Just explain on pivot. What's on pivot?
Because the data we have already is like a pivoted data from an Excel. Like for example, if I have data, I take it to pivot. Once I do the pivots, forms like this are normal reports. But Power BI cannot recognize this. So I need to make it readable for Power BI.
Okay, thank you for that. I don't know if most of us use pivot table here. For those that use pivot table, let me explain something that there's a difference between the data and the report. Right? So most of the time, people use pivot table for their reports. So they pivoted this data. This is just like a report. Because you have the year across the row. You are reporting all these values based on all these years. Right? So we need to pivot this year to bring it back inside one column. So there's a command in your transform tab that can do that. Right? But the reason why we will not select all, because somebody said we should select all the affected columns, right? But we will not do that. Because if you select all the affected columns and you pivot, what if you have a new data? Give me new year coming. So it's not on pivot that. It's only on pivot based on what you selected, right? So for country now, country is fine. But all other columns, they are not fine, right? So to do that, come to country. Just right click on country like this. Right click on country. Do you see a command called unpivot other columns? Unpivot other columns. Yes. Right? Any other column that you see, unpivot it. That's just the command. Can we click on it? On pivot, other columns. On pivot, other columns. Can we see this? So now, what on pivot will just do for you is to bring all the headers into one column and all the values into one column. So now we have achieved 3 of our columns in our plan. Look, do you all have this space before we continue? Yes. Do you have pivot to that? Yeah. Okay, I want to be sure we have these 3 columns first before we continue. Do you have this column? Everybody here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have this? Okay, so based on our plan, the first column in our plan is this, right? So the second one is what? Country. So we have year already, right? Can you double click this header and name it as year? Just double click the header and name it as year. Okay. We have this. We all have this now. Yes. So we need the 4th column, which is indicator what? ID. So since you can't type in Power Query, right? I said Power Query is just for your data preview. You can't type, right? Since we can't type in Power Query, how can we bring in the indicator ID? Well, so we need the indicator ID. So what indicator is this? This is an income, right? This is income. So we need to look for a way to bring in a column that we have income all the way from the top to the last row. So how can we achieve that? Okay, I should have the column. Okay, I should have the column. I should go to add column tab, right? Okay, so we add column tab. So what should we do?
You scroll down, you see.
You scroll down, you see the other one. Okay, so can we go to add column tab? So we don't waste time. Can we go to add column tab? Can you go to add column tab? Yeah. I mean add column tab. Yeah. So if you remember when David was explaining this Power Query, he said Power Query speak one language. What language is that? M, right? M language, right? So to write any M language in Power Query, you need this custom column. Look at it. Can you see this custom column? Right? You want to write a language. Please click on that custom column. Custom column. Custom column. Are you there? Yeah. So if you look at this custom column very well. Up here we have new column name. What's the name of our new column? Indicator ID. Can you type that? Indicator ID. Have you typed that? Yes. Okay, then down here you see custom column formula, right? But actually I don't really want to perform any formula. I just want to bring in a text as a column to add it to my data, right? I don't know. Okay, so I just want to add a text as a column to part of my data. So here I don't really need to perform any formula, right? So whenever you want to use a text inside formula in Excel, what do you do? For those that use Excel, inverted code, right? So can we open that inverted code? Can we do that? On your system, drop code. Just open up code on your system. Yeah. Have you done that? So immediately you open the double code, you see that Power Query has already closed the code for you. Right? So inside that code, just type income. 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 Have you done that? Yes. Okay, then let's click OK. Let's click OK. Can you see a new column now?
Yes.
So we can rearrange this column as well, like what we have in our plan. Right? So what's the first thing on our plan? Date. But we have here. Should we leave here or should we convert here to date?
Let's leave it.
Okay. So let's drag here to the first column. Just click on the column header like this and drag it to the first column. Click on the header and drag it to the first column. So the second one is country, right?
Yes.
So click, the country is fine already. Yeah, the indicator. Drag the indicator to the third column. Drag the indicator to the third column. Drag the indicator to the third column. Do we have this now? Yes. So now our income data is fine. If you remember, this is what we want to do today. David said we're analyzing health and what? And wealth. So this is our wealth, right? So we need what? We need health data. And inside the exercise where we have a data called what? For health. We have a data called what? Life expectancy. So can we go and bring in that data? So we'll do that. Since you're in Power Query already, you don't need to do get data again. You're in Power Query. Right? Just go to your own tab. Go to your own tab here. Home tab. Make sure you're in your own tab. Are you in home tab? Yes. Are you in home tab? So in your home tab, can you see new source? New source. I'm bringing another data from the new source. Right? So click the drop down for this new source. New source. Do you have new source? Yes. Open Excel. Your home tab, just check. Subscribe, see. So we are bringing the data from text or CSV, right? Click on that CSV, text plus CSV. CSV. Are you there? Yes. So now I want to bring in life expectancy. Can you click on it? Click on it. Have you done that? Yes. Then open. Open. Okay, so this time we are not clicking edit or transform data because we are already in Power Query, right? So just click OK. Click OK. You should have these two data. Do you have these two data now? Do you have life expectancy now? Everybody? You have this data? Do you have this data? Okay.
Everybody has the data? If I jump in, so these are three. This group is our commerce group. Okay? We have four groups. This, 3 and 4. Now, what we're going to do is, what is going to go through the steps, but you are the ones going to shout it out. Exactly what he did before, that's what you're going to do again. So we're testing recall. So the steps have to come from group 1 first. The next step will come from this group. Anybody can shout it out in this group. Then this group, then this group. Just continue around.
Okay, so I'll start from here. Then we'll count 4 seconds. You don't answer, we'll go to the next one. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Okay, 5. 5 seconds is fine. Then we'll go to the next group. Okay, so I have life expectancy now. What's the first thing to do here? Promote errors, right? How can we do that? How? Go to transform tab. Can we all go to transform tab? Are you there? Then click on use first row as errors. Okay, so group 2. What's the next step?
Has everybody done step 1? Let's make sure we're all done it first. All done it? Okay, good.
Okay, so what's the next step? How can we do that? Okay, can we all right click on country?
Then you go down to pivot other column.
Right click on country and click on pivot other column. On pivot other column. Do we all have this?
Yes.
Good thing it was the next step.
Add new column.
How can we add the column?
Go to add column.
Go to where?
Add column.
And we are going to add column tab.
Then click on custom column.
Let's click on custom column. And then what?
Rename.
So remember, Packard is very, very case sensitive. What you use to name your column the other time, it has to be exactly the same. Right? So can you type the same indicator ID that you typed the other time? Indicator ID. Indicator ID. Indicator ID. Okay, so next thing. 4.
Okay.
Divided code, then what should we type? Can we do that? Line expectancy. Line expectancy. Then we click OK, right? Just want to be sure I need my indicator. It's the same. The same. So can we rename the year? We didn't rename the year. So don't take this attribute and rename year. Let's call it year. Yes, rename the attribute, call it year. Rename the attribute, call it year. Okay, so we know what to do from here. So we need to rearrange this column again, too, right? So here should be in which column? First column. Right? Please drag here to the first column. Let's drag here to the first column. Country should be in the second column. So where should the indicator be? Third column. Can we drag the indicator to the third column as well? Okay, so we should have this. So we continue. Do we have this data?
Yeah.
Check the first one. Are they the same structure? Your column header are the same thing. Compare the two. Just check the first one, check the second one. Check the first and second. Are they the same? They are the same, right? So what we are doing now, we need to look for ways to merge the data together because they are actually the same thing. They are the same structure. We need to look for a way to put them together. Right? We don't need to report on this data separately. We can put all our data in the same page. Just like what David explained in Excel. In Excel, you only need how many sheets? How many sheets? 3. The first one is what? Data. First one is what? Data. Second one is what? Control. The third one is what? Report. So you only need 3 sheets. Data, control, most of the time we don't need control. Let's just say data, report. Right? If I load this data now, that means I have how many data? I have how many? 2 now. I have income and I have what? Life expectancy. So because there's a general rule that all your data should be in the same place for your analysis to be very, very easy. So I need to look for a way to merge this data together to be what? To be one. Right? Yeah. And it's very easy in Packard. In Excel, what you do is you copy, you remove it there, you paste it under. In Packard, you don't do that. Right? So what we just do here is something called append. We want to append this second data with the first one. Right? Yeah. Okay. So click on the first data. Click on the first one. Click on the first data. The one at the top, which is your income. Click on income. Have you clicked on income? Everyone? Income. So now go to Home tab. Go to Home tab. Home tab. Go to Home tab. Are you in Home tab? Yes. So to your top right, can you see something called append queries?
Yes.
Append queries to your top right. Okay, so click the drop down for append queries. Click the drop down for append queries. Are you there? So you can see two options for that. We have append queries and we have append queries as new. Right? Should we append as new or just one? Okay, so let's append as new. Append queries as new.
Sorry, what's the difference?
Okay, so the difference between the two is that the first one, when you append, is going to have the second table with your first table. Or if you do append queries as new, to create a separate table for you that will get it.
So which are we using?
So we're using append queries as new. Append queries as new. So can you see this dialog box?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Group A, can you see this? Group B, can you see this? Group C, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so you have append. You have two tables. Since you are using only two tables, you have primary table and you have table to append to the primary table. So in your primary table, we have income per person. Then the second table is what? Life expectancy. And you click the drop down for the second one and pick life expectancy. Which one you have selected the two? Income up and life expectancy below. Have you done that? Can we click OK? OK. And we click OK. We should have another data now called append 1. We have append 1. Okay, so can we rename it? What should we call it? What should we call it? What should we call it? Health and wealth. What about to add another indicator next time? Income. You want to add another indicator, maybe transport this, and we have both income, wealth, and transport. We should call it something. Okay, let's just call it data. Let's call it data. Data. Just call it data. Yeah. Call it data, then enter on your keyboard. Enter on your keyboard. Call it data and enter on your keyboard. Have you entered? So anytime you are working with Power Query and you are cleaning your data, always make sure that before you load your data, always check your time. Right? There is data time. Because if you look at this column right now, this year column, beside the year, you can see something like ABC. Right? Can you see that ABC? Yes. So what does that mean? Yes. It means that this column is a text column. Right? If you click the drop down, if you click this ABC, can you click that ABC? The ABC you are looking at, can you click on it? Click on the ABC. Now you're looking at. So what do you see when you click? It's a different data type, right? In here should always be a text because it's like a code. And you can't sum your phone number. Can you sum your phone number? See what it makes sense? If I sum my own phone number with your phone, see what it makes sense? Though it's a number, but I can't sum it because it's a code. Your account number, can I sum it? No, I can't because it's a code. Right? So a year is just like a code. So you just need to change it to number. Because if this year is a number, when you get to Power BI or Excel, you should sum everything. And that's not what we need, right? So you have to make sure year is what? Year is what? Text. Okay, so let's go to the second one.
So can you check it?
Can I go?
What if you make it the date of time?
It's fine, but here should always be date. Date should be date. So you look at it, data type very long. You have decimal, you have date, you have date and time, you have date, right?
Yeah.
So date is always date. Here is text, month is text. Okay, so country is what? Text. Indicator ID is what? It should be text, but presently now it's showing any. Because you have ABC 1, 2, 3. Is that what you have?
Yes.
Click that ABC and change it to text. Click that ABC and change it to text. test. Have you done that? Then our value should be what? Zero number, or decimal, or fixed decimal. Decimal, right? So, and if you check your data type very well now, it's already in decimal. Okay, so now go back to your own tab. That means we are done with cleaning of data in Power Query. We are done. So we are sending this data to Power BI, right? Analysis. Power Query is done with its own cleaning. So can you go to Home tab now? Click on your Home tab. Click on your Home tab. Okay, so click on your Home tab. Can you do your Home tab? So now do close and apply. Can you see close and apply here? Click on close and apply. For Excel, you have close and apply. So click on close and apply. To bring it up. To bring what this is back. Click on close and load or close and apply. For Excel, close and load. For Power BI, close and apply. For which one? How we close, right? You see how we close? Go to Home tab and click on close and apply. Your Home tab here, can you see close and apply? Up here. Look up. Sorry. Can you see close and apply? Up here in your Home tab. So click on close and apply. Then for Excel, you see close and load. So you should be in Power BI now. Are you in Power BI and are you in Excel?
Yes.
But for those that are in Excel will bring your data as a what? As a table. Did you see a table?
Yeah.
For Excel. Okay, so that's fine. Are you in Power BI like this?
Yes.
So that means our data is now ready.
Sorry, excuse me. How about I get you to do options?
Close and load and close and load.
Yes.
Okay, so basically in Excel, you see close and load, then you see close and load. So in Excel, really, you know the limitation of Excel in size of rows, right?
Yeah.
Which is 1 million plus. If your data is more than 1 million, so many people don't bring in that data to Excel. They just connect to that data, right? So if you click on close and load to, you can actually select a connection only, so that you won't take that table to Excel, and can also load to your data model, right? So for us, we'll be using the pivot table, you can just do close and load. It's fine. Okay, so how we have here?
So we've kind of brought in the data. So let's build a small report at least. Okay, so let's do the report. So typically everything you've done now is automated. You don't need to do it again, it's done. If your new data, you get new data, go and dump it in that same place with the same name and refresh to come in. Yeah? So that's Power Query has done its job. The key thing about Power Query is once you bring the data and new data comes, you don't need to keep on doing it. It's done. So now we just build a quick report so we can analyze health and wealth.
But remember guys, we are using data, not income and life expectancy, right? Yeah. Or maybe we should just hide that. So we don't be seeing it in our report. Look up quickly. Go to your relationship view. Up here, down here. In Power BI you have 3D, right? So go to this your relationship view. So see all your table. Okay, look up. In Power BI, you have 3D. You have report, data, and relationship of model view. So click on the third one, which is model view or relationship view. Are you there?
Yeah, Excel.
For Excel, it's there, but you know,
It's top right. Top right.
okay, so for Power BI, this is what you are going to do. Just right click on income. Right click on this income. Right click on the income table. Can you see hide in report view? Hide in report view. Can you see it? Click on it.
So sorry for the Excel guys, you've done the Power Query. I think you just need to watch now because obviously the visualization is completely different, right? So at least you've done the Power Query in Excel. That's the limit for now of Excel, and you need to do completely different things to now do reporting. So just watch.
Okay, so for Power BI, right-click on your income and do hide the report view. Hide the report view. Have you done that?
Sorry, no, sorry.
Yes, the edit. Just right-click the edit. Right-click the edit like this. You should see hide the report view. Go from your relationship. Yes, for life expectancy and income. The two. Just hide the two. So we will not be using the data from income and expectancy. For example, I'm not using this table, I can hide that table from my report. So that will not be disturbing. You can make a mistake. You can come pick your value from life expectancy and your model will be funny.
So guys, another question. So someone just asked a question which is valid. So when you finish your Power Query, you can actually disable it loading, so it doesn't load. Because currently it's loaded. But this is how you now hide. You know, this is like a programmer. You know, in the beginning I said in Excel, if you type into Excel, you're a programmer. So you are now a programmer. The users, what the users will use is that one at the top called report view. Yeah? So that report view, that's what they'll use. But you don't want them to see what you don't want them to touch, isn't it? So we're hiding this so that they don't see it. But if we're in Power Query, they'll say, hey, don't load this, only load this one. Do you understand? And then it wouldn't have loaded in the first place. When you have loaded, this is one way of doing it, hiding it so that they don't see. So that's just all we're trying to achieve, okay? Right.
Okay, so can you go back to your report? I'm just trying to do any report without your data like that.
Can you just show one small report at least? So how does this visualization work?
Okay, so look up. Okay, Power BI. Unlike Excel, can you see visualization of it? So in Excel, you have a list of tables, right? And you go to your maybe insert, you pick a recommended chart or you pick a chart. But for Power BI, you just have all your visuals here, right? So I can pick any chart, for example. For example, if I pick, let me pick this line chart, right? If I pick this line chart, for example, can you see it's showing empty? There's nothing inside. But if I click on this chart, to your top right here, you can see axis, legend, values, and tooltips. Right? So axis is what you want to have as your axis. Then the value is what you want to have as your value. Right? So for this one, can we pick a line chart? Let's just do this together. Pick a line chart. The line chart should be up here. Pick a line chart. Pick a line chart. Yeah. I'm going to pick a line chart. So in this line chart, right? So can we draw here to our axis? Just drag it, just like your pivot table, right? Drop here to your axis, or you can just click, right? Or you can just click. Have you done that?
No, sorry, I didn't do that.
Okay, so let's do that again. Look up now. I have a line chart now, right?
Yeah.
And I want to put something inside this line chart.
So click the line chart first.
So you have to click on the line chart first, right? But let me even use okay, let's use the line chart and I'll use a table as an example. So if you click on the line chart first, I want to plot something in this chart. I want to see something, right? And what I want to see is year and value, right? Just need to go to your data and tick year, then tick value. Tick year, tick value. Tick year, tick value. Can you see this chart? Can you see this chart? Also, you can pick any of these visuals. You can even pick a table. There's a table visuals there. So just play around with any visual that you can see there and create a report for like 5 minutes. Play around with all those visuals that we have. Just play around with it.
Yes.
The graph we have now is combining what you put life expectancy and what's the other one?
Yes,
We got together.
Yeah, makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
So we will add another visual. So maybe can you add a trimmer? Okay, trimmer visual.
Separately too.
Yeah, so there's a separate. So click somewhere outside your line chart. No, on so click outside your line chart. So the white, anywhere white, outside your line chart. Anywhere white, yeah? Click. And then you're going to bring another visual. Click anywhere. And there's something called trimmer. Can you look for trimmer?
It's up here.
Trimmer. And then do the same thing. So trimmer. Can you see trimmer? Can you see trimmer?
No. It's inside the map.
It's beside one donut like that. So two different charts. So you go to your empty spots and look for trimmer. So I want you to select value and indicator. Value and indicator. Right? So value and indicator, if you select those two, you'll see that it's one of them is overpowering the other. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So value and indicator. So let's just select value instead of value and indicator. Do value and country. For that new trimmer, value and country. Yeah? For now. On the trimmer, we're getting somewhere, don't worry. So have you done value and country? Yeah. So we're now going to pick another visual that's going to select either life expectancy or what? Or income, isn't it? So we call it like a slicer. So we're going to pick a slicer. So slice which one we want to see, okay? So you've done two visuals. One is a line chart, one is a what? What's it called? Tree map of all the countries in the world. Right, so click another white space. And this time we're selecting the third visual. Click another white space. So what is the third visual? So there's something called a slicer. So click on the white space. You can show white space, and then if you look up, you see what the slicer is. It's somewhere down there. Somewhere below one now. Yeah?
What? Below
So like a funnel here.
Yeah.
Inside P1.
That's the funnel, one funny funnel. Some people don't have P1. It's a funnel, right?
Yeah.
Can you select it? Select that funnel. So make sure you click the white space. Select funnel and select indicator. Then select indicator. Right? Select funnel and select indicator. Are we there? So you can make it bigger, you know, sometimes very tiny. So just like Excel, in Excel we used to do right click, format cells. And then we increase the font size. There is something like format there. I don't know if you can just show, just increase the indicator size.
Okay, so look up. If you click on that, your slides are very well here. So your format should be by your field here, beside your field.
Under visualization, right in the middle.
Format.
Click it, you will see a search box.
Not it, then just type size.
Size. Just type size in the search.
Okay.
And you can see text size.
Slice header and item. So what you want to increase is the item. So increase the size of the item.
Just increase the size, continue increasing until you're happy with the size. Can you see size and item? So increase the size. So can you see it? Can you see the size?
Yeah.
Great. So pick income or life expectancy, any one of them, not both of them. So just select one. Life expectancy or income. Right? So obviously you have many countries there. Even though time is kind of up, I would like you to bring in continents. You know, countries are too many in the world. If we can bring in continents, we can do analysis by continents, don't you think? Do you think you're up for that? Just 5 minutes. No, go to overshoot by 5 minutes. Because when you have plenty of things like that, you can't really see much. When we bring continent, we can see Africa and see how Africa is doing. Yes? Yeah. Right, so can we bring in continent?
Okay, so let's now bring in the new data. So guys, look up.
So let's bring in continent. And then what we're going to do is plug continent to our data, you know? Because right now we have a 4-column data, isn't it? So if you bring in continent, what is related to continent in that 4 columns? Sorry? In that 4 columns, country is related to continent, isn't it? Yeah. So you basically, you've already understood relationships. So we need another table that has country and continent. Then we said country is what's related, isn't it? Yeah. All we need to do is connect them. Once we connect them, now we can do analysis by continent. So we're going to bring in a table with country, continent, connect them, and we have new context. Right? So can we do that?
Okay, so there is a country table inside the exercise file. Right? So in your home tab here, let's just click get data. Get data. Okay. So we are getting the data from text. From text file, click on text. From text or CSV. Get data from text or CSV. Then can you see countries and continents? Yes. Please open it.
It's pretty discouraging, isn't it?
Okay, so do you have this?
You don't have the data? What's the data cost?
Country and continent.
Okay, country and continent.
Do you have data? Yeah, we have data.
Who has the data? Who has that data?
I have data.
Where did you get it? You downloaded it, okay. So if you don't have it, just watch, take notes so you can do it yourself. And there's one other thing I will tell you online how to do, not there. On the forum, I'm going to show you another thing because we're going to do a correlation analysis. We want to correlate life expectancy. We want to see if life expectancy can explain our wealth, or wealth can explain our health. Do you get it? Yeah. But we're going to do that one online, not here. Okay, it's no time. So that will be interesting because you have health and wealth. So if you're healthier, maybe you're wealthier. If you're wealthier, maybe you're healthier. Something like that. Right? But let's do this. So those that don't have, just watch. Just watch. Yeah.
Okay, so look, you have load, transform data, and cancel again, or edit. Right? Click on transform data because we need to check that table. We'll show you that will display. Click on transform data. Or edit. Transform data or edit. Can we see this? Can we see this? Okay, so if you look at this table very well, we have continent name, continent code, and country name. But if you look at this country name very well, there's something wrong. What's it? For country name, there's something wrong. What's that? Yeah, we have characters after the main country. Yeah, so after the main country, there are other characters. These are Afghanistan, there's comma, and there's Islamic Republic of, right? So we need to look for a way to remove that. So, and how can we remove that very fast? Right, just go to your transform tab. Go to your transform tab. Go to your transform tab. Are you there? Yes. Then up there, can you see extract? Extract. So you can see length, first character, last character, range, text before delimiter, text after delimiter. What are we using? So let's use text before the limit and then put that comma as the delimiter. So to remove text. Okay? So click on text before the delimiter.
Text. So do you understand why? Any questions? So we're removing, delimiter means something breaking things up. When you write your name and surname, what breaks your name and surname? Space. So space is the delimiter. Currently, the comma is the delimiter, isn't it? So we're using left and then, what's it? Left before or text before the delimiter.
So click on that. Click on text before the delimiter. And what's our delimiter? Can you type comma? Type comma. And click OK. Just type comma and click OK. Type comma and click OK. Have you typed comma and click OK? So you can see now that there's no excess obstruction again. So we have the main country. Some in the bracket.
So we can leave those ones.
For those that are in the bracket, I think that's Antarctica. So there's no really country.
You can leave it. You can leave those ones.
Country and country. Okay, so the country name, any dimension, right? We are adding something to our table, right? As a dimension, as another table. So whenever we are adding something like a table to another table, we have to make sure there's no duplicate. Right? Because it has to be unique. So that this thing will talk to the other thing. So we have to make sure there's no duplicate in this country name. Right? So you can be able to plug it to the first table. So click on this country name. Right? Go to your home tab. Home tab. Are you in home tab?
Yes.
So to your top right, can you see remove rows? Remove rows. Click the drop down. Can you see remove duplicate?
Yes.
Please click on it. Or you can as well just right click. You still see remove duplicate. Have you done that? Okay, so now let's.
Can you rename it? So can you rename this table as how we call it?
Continental.
Country data.
Let's say country data.
Okay,
Continental data is really just saying
so they can match.
country.
Okay, so let's double click this and let's double click it. The name of this data here. Just double click it here and name it as country data. Countries data. Enter. Countries data. Have you done that? Have you renamed it?
Yes.
Okay, so let's close and apply again. Close and apply. Close and apply.
So is it really clear?
Just when you rush, where all of them are just, they are text. So there's no value or maybe any other given type. That's why I don't know. Have you closed and applied?
Yes.
Have you all closed and applied?
So this is the important step, guys. Final step. Let's look up.
Look up. Have you closed and applied? So you have this. But if you look up, you have two data here now. I have country data and I have data itself. But this data, I want to be sure maybe they are speaking to each other, right? In your Power BI here, this relationship view that we went to the other time, can you click on it? Or model view, relationship view or model view. Relationship view or model view. Relationship view or model view. Are you there?
Yeah.
So my own is creating the connection. Does it not creating any connection?
Yes.
For some people, it's not creating any connection, right?
Yes.
So you have to be sure, maybe this Power BI is connecting the right thing. Because most of the time, you are the one that controls your technology. You don't always trust them sometimes, right? So for this one, we need to connect data to country data, right? So just click on this line to cross-check what is connecting to what. Click on the line to cross-check what is connected to what. So is country connected to country name?
Yes.
That means we are fine. But if you look at this thing very well, it's still connected to all of our Egypt table. Let's see the hidden table, right? Should we remove it? The connection will just leave it. Remove it. Okay, so to remove it, just click on the line, right click, and you see delete. Right click, then click delete. Yeah, delete it, then wait for the second one too. Make sure you are only connected to the data. Okay, so do you have data and countries data now? I can now go back to my report view. I'll pick the slider again, the same slider you picked the other time. Then you now tick continent. Continent name. Continent name. So now I can filter by Africa. I can check by Asia, by Europe, by North America. So the report is now making sense now.
So all you do is select your filter and select continent name. And now it's connected to your report. Can you see that? So now we can relimit our reports by which continent we want to see. Okay, to Africa. So if we had population data, we would have just loaded it, which we had last month. Okay? So everybody, what we're going to do is we're going to build out this solution. Are we together, guys? We're going to add last month's data to this month's data. And in the maybe next week, you're going to see the full last month and this month inside one file. Then next month, we're going to add more, and we add more, and we add more. So eventually, we're building like a tool that we can now eventually use AI. We now use AI to explain our world. Okay? So I would like us to give a hand to Wale and to David. Outside. Our time is really up. We're taking 10 more minutes off.